Now let's do a problem that involves dividing and multiplication. Well, the first thing we want to do is to make everything look like single fractions, or to make our mixed numbers look like improper fractions. So we'll begin by doing that. 6 times 9 is 54, plus 1 gives us 55 sixes, divided by 36 times 3. We can't do that in our head. We come over here and multiply it out. It would be 18, carry our 1. 9 and 1 is 10. So we have 108 plus the 2 gives us 110. So we have 110 36s, then times 1/3. Now, we still have dividing in it, so in our next step, we need to turn the dividing into multiplying. So we keep our 55 sixes, change the dividing into multiplying, and you always invert or find the reciprocal or flip the fraction that follows the division sign. So that means this is going to become 36 over 110. And because this is already multiplying here, I don't do any flipping. I keep it 1/3. Now I'm ready to see if I can do any reducing. Well, 55 will go into 110 2 times. So I want to reduce those. Put a 1 and a 2. 6 will divide into 36 evenly. 6 goes into 6 1 time. 6 goes into 36 6 times. Then I can also reduce the 3 and the 6. So 3 goes into 3 1 time, and 3 goes into 6 2 times. Now let's write what we have left and look at it. We have 1 over 1 times 2 over 2 times 1 over 1. Now when you look at that carefully, hopefully you'll notice that it's not quite reduced, because 2 over 2 is not reduced. So let's reduce it. 2 goes into 2 1 time, 2 goes into 2 1 time. Now I'm ready to multiply. I'm going to multiply all those 1's in the numerators. I'll get a 1. All the 1's in the denominator will give me a 1. So I end up with 1 over 1, which when it divided out gives you 1. So the answer to that problem is 1. I want us to look at one more example. We won't work this one all the way out, but let's talk about what we would do. The first part says find the product of 9 3/7 and 8 1/6. So you need to remember that if you see product, you have a multiplication problem. So we'd have 9 3/7 multiplied by 8 1/6. So if we were going to work that out, we'd make them improper fractions, reduce, and then multiply. The second problem says find the quotient of 2/7 and 6. Quotient means to divide, and when you see quotient, you always do the division in the order it's stated after that. So we'd have 2/7 divided by 6, and you'd make the 6 look like a fraction, and then you do the division. In fact, we'll just finish this one. It would be 2/7 times, and you'd find the reciprocal, 1/6. You look and see if you could reduce. 2 will go into 2 1 time, 2 will go into 6 3 times, so you'd end up with 1/21. 1 over 21. Okay, the main thing I wanted to point out to you though is don't forget that if you see the word quotient, you've got a division problem. If you see the word product, you have a multiplication problem. Product tells you to multiply, quotient tells you to divide. Now I have some practice problems for you to do. Number 1, 5/16 divided by 4/5. Number 2, 4 and 5/6 divided by 3 and 5/8. Number 3, 3 and 2/3 divided by 11. Number 4, 3/4 divided by 6/7 times 4. Stop the tape to do the problems. The practice problem answers: number 1, 25/64. Number 2, 4/3 or 1 1/3. Number 3, 1/3. Number 4, 7/2 or 3 1/2. Stop the tape and get help if your answers do not agree. Our lesson on multiplying and dividing fractions.